Trekcast.
The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
Okay,
here we are.
The dog, the teddy bear, and the footlong sandwich.
That's right.
Okay, so it's either been a long time because my memory sucks, or
Yeah.
I missed it. Can you explain?
Can we explain the craziness?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes, the footlong sandwich was for Chad.
Okay.
The dog was for Dan, and then the teddy bear was for me because of my love of Paddington. Oh, look who arrived!
I gotcha. Oh, hey.
Hey, sorry.
Hey. We hard started you.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess
man,
it doesn't have to be a supplemental now.
Yeah.
That's no. You know what? My the security settings on my iPad every 90 days or whatever, you have to change the passcode.
Right.
And it won't let you do anything until you change the
Oh.
passcode. So
Okay.
I went to log in, and it's like, nope. No, you
people and their Apple products.
You have to do this mundane thing before you can do anything else. So
Yeah.
Sorry.
A-Wolf says someone's dog alert went off.
That's it.
Nice.
There's a big D up in the sky. Commissioner Gordon was looking for me, and
Scott's always on the bottom.
Yeah.
Dan's always after that big D in the sky.
Yeah, and you're a bottom. That's
right.
Apparently.
It's that kind of morning.
Apparently, I thought I was a bear, but so I've been told.
Rawr.
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 All right.
Now I have to write down my passcode before I forget it.
Yeah, I have to do that. Well, welcome to Trekcast, everyone. The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek. That's right, Star Trek podcast.
That's right.
My name is Scott. This is that's Dan, and that's Daniel. Welcome, everybody.
What up?
What's going on? So many people get so excited when we talk about the D.
Absolutely.
All these dudes on the internet get so excited.
Yep.
Well, I got to be careful. I've got a big D behind me.
That's true. You do. And
You
you're
got
growing
two-
out that beard.
You got two big D's right above you.
Yes, that's right. I do have two
You could
big
just
Ds.
you could just
right
reach up
above
and
me.
grab both of them.
Yep. There's one big D, and there's the other big D. For those of you who are staring intently into your radios, this is also a video podcast in which you can see the three of us. So check us out on YouTube.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can see the visual fun that we're having every week.
Yes.
Since we were talking about the D, I have to bring this up.
Okay.
If you guys don't know about it. It's out here in Spokane. It's called Dick's Burgers.
Yeah.
And
get a bag of dicks. All right.
Yeah, you can literally eat a bag full of dicks.
Yeah. I would love to go out to you say Spokane and try
Spokane.
the dicks out at Spokane.
Yeah. What's even crazier is there's a rooster. There's another word for roosters too.
Yes.
And why is that on the sign? What's going on here?
A cock is a legitimate word for a rooster. That's
That's
like
true,
bitch for a female dog. These are all perfectly legal, okay words to use.
Does the panda need to have his tongue out while looking at the cock?
Well, he's expressing his desires, and as we all know, hunger is one of the biggest desires a man can get.
So, how about that Star Trek?
You're right. How about that Star Trek?
How about that Star Trek?
Yes.
Going on the same theme, I had asked the Facebook group if they'd want to do a show and tell sometime about some of the Star Trek toys that they have and things like that. We all have paraphernalia, and so Mike Medina asked me to define toys very specifically, and so I went on to define toys.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's appropriate to give that definition on the air. But if you want to go to our Facebook group and look at that particular conversation, it was quite humorous.
Indeed, it was very interesting. Yeah.
I figured I might get kicked out of the group after that one.
We talked about it with the other
Yeah.
admins.
Just thought about downgrade him to moderator.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Oh, I'm okay.
That sounds not okay.
I had a birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I'm older.
Uh-huh.
I feel older.
Wiser?
I don't know if I'm wiser.
Okay. Budweiser?
Budweiser.
Cerveza.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm a 47. God, that sounds crazy. I'm a
Yeah.
47-year-old man, and sometimes I forget that I'm. Thank you, Daryl. Daryl said happy birthday. Sometimes I forget I'm 47. So yesterday I went to karate and I'm breaking boards like like I'm 17, and
Right.
my fist is killing me, man.
Oh man.
I don't think that youth would help you with that. I mean, honestly, it's not like your skin and your, I think if you were 18, that would probably still hurt.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just realized you're Daniel's son in karate.
Listen. I've had to deal with that since 1984.
Same.
I'm sure you've had to deal with it since 1984.
Yeah.
Now take that and insert it into a karate studio.
Right.
It's just, I have resigned myself to the fact that I will be Daniel's son.
Yeah. No matter
for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Joke you've heard a time or two, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A couple
Cool.
times.
That's great. That's great. How are you, Daniel?
Oh, I'm good.
Any karate stories?
No, not recent at least.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're redoing my brother's room. So we put in flooring and all that kind of stuff. And then so yesterday to kind of like help move us along, I made breakfast for my dad and myself and my brother-in-law. And so I had to go over there, and everything in my brother's room is just all over like the living room and kitchen, and it's a nightmare to get through any of that house. And I'm like trying to cook and all this.
Oh yeah.
How is your brother with it? Is he out of sorts? That his room?
Oh, very much so. Yeah, my brother, he's got the Down syndrome. We believe he is autistic, even though we've never gotten a diagnosis. And he does not like change. So he's very against all of this.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And he lets us know all the time.
Yeah. This is wrong. All of this is wrong.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
I
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For somebody with that kind of sensory thing, I mean, just a lot of people don't like that kind of change.
Right.
And for anybody that's either on the spectrum or like that, because I've known people in my family, that kind of change it's difficult.
Well, the thing I tell people is like, he's a man in his 40s. He doesn't like change to begin with.
Right.
That's how much hyper more he doesn't like change.
Right. Yeah. You multiply that. And so,
Dan's giving hand waves to the people as they come to watch him.
Oh, I get you get an Amazon delivery while you're out sitting in the car talking to yourself. They kind of make eye contact with you, and they're like, do you want this, or should I put it on the porch as if you're not here?
Right.
So,
that makes sense. What about you, Scott? What's going on?
Well, I got a little bit of show and tell. I'm going to post this on the Facebook page after the show, but this is from May 15th of 2002. This is me standing next to a Klingon at Quark's bar at the Star Trek Las Vegas Experience.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And so I just happened to come. My mom gave me this picture. She had it. She was doing some cleaning, and she came across it. So I thought I'd share that with everybody.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
A younger, thinner version of me.
Did you eat the Klingon? Is that what happened?
I might have. Yeah. Yeah. That
Wow.
might have happened. That might have happened. Yeah.
I was going to say that was free beard days, but
old jokes. Now we got fat jokes.
Yeah. Wow.
Boy.
You're just like an angry go all of a sudden.
What did I do to Dan?
Hey, we'll ask the real questions. What, you aren't the Klingon?
Oh wow, yeah, no,
Yeah,
that was
place.
I am the Klingon, but
that's right.
surgically altered to appear human.
That place was great.
Yeah.
It really was.
For me, it was the only reason to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I still mourn the loss
Yeah.
of that place. That place was awesome.
Yep.
I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. You know, Picard in Generations, he described the Nexus as being inside joy or inside happiness. And Star Trek The Experience was like being inside Star Trek. I'm just wrapping myself inside Star Trek.
I know exactly what you mean.
And I think about, you know, we had that and it's gone. And it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
we mourn the loss.
We mourn the loss. I do. The line must be drawn here. No fat.
Scott likes fat jokes. The line must be drawn here. This fat no further. This far no further.
That's awesome. Well, should we get to the news?
Sure.
Yes, let's.
Star Trek news.
All right. So our first news story is really sad. It's coming to us from StarTrek.com, the official website. And unfortunately, Star Trek actor Kenneth Mitchell has passed away. For those of you wondering who that was, he was in Star Trek Discovery. He played multiple Klingons. He was also, I believe he was an engineer in the wheelchair. And had been fighting ALS for several years.
You're cutting out, buddy.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the thing with the website again, but you were cutting in and out.
Yeah. So Kevin has had been fighting ALS for several years. He had been the engineer on Star Trek Discovery, one of them, the one in the wheelchair, that one season. Yeah. So he just passed away, and
that's too bad.
Yeah. So that just was announced today. So I wanted.
We had talked about him on the show before, or you guys had talked about him on the show before. Him being in a wheelchair.
Yeah. So with that in mind, talking about Discovery, we'll move on to our next story, which comes to us from Geek Tyrant. And I know Dan was very excited when the alerts went out that the new Star Trek Discovery trailer came out. We got to see a little bit more of what we can expect. It's going to be a 10-episode season. It looks like it's Star Trek Discovery National Treasure, as they are searching for some sort of treasure, you know. So I don't know if the documents are hidden on the back.
Did you see the look that Dan just gave?
Yeah. Well, they farted pigeon, so it's time. Yeah. Star Trek Discovery National Treasure. I can't wait.
Well, is Nicolas Cage in it? Because we talked about that.
Hey, maybe.
Is this his surprise appearance?
They did promise big twists, so you know.
Oh boy.
Yeah. If Nicolas Cage shows up, you know, the secret treasures on the back of the Federation Constitution. So,
you know what?
I don't imagine you watched the trailer, Dan.
I did not.
You didn't want to spoil yourself, right?
No,
that's a
full immersion experience.
I understand that.
At this point, here's how I feel about Star Trek Discovery.
Yes, because we haven't heard it. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Well, go ahead. What
are your thoughts on Star Trek Discovery, Dan?
Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. Probably one of the best Star Trek movies out of the original series. Star Trek V is probably the worst. We would not have gotten Star Trek VI if not for Star Trek V. Mm-hmm. So I look at Discovery as the bridge between having no Star Trek on TV and some of the great things that we've gotten in the last couple of years. So for that reason, I respect its existence. I don't enjoy it though.
I understand.
Yeah, you're right. Star Trek
And I'm not
Voyager
gonna.
or Star Trek Discovery literally is the bridge between "It's been a long road" and the D.
That's true.
So maybe Scott didn't get the memo, but I do the singing.
Oh,
On
my
this
bad.
podcast.
My bad.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
do the
Wow.
singing.
Wow.
Getting a little
I'll
too
expect a letter
big,
from your union lawyer.
big for
Yeah.
your britches there, Doubters.
Well, speaking of singing, right now the Star Trek cruise is going on, but they have
Yes.
just announced that the 30th anniversary cruise will be happening next year, February 23rd through March 2nd of 2025. So we can book our tickets ahead of time and go on this giant cruise and hang out with all sorts of people.
You know, I've never been on a cruise. I've never particularly had a desire to be on a cruise.
Yeah.
However, if I was going to go on a cruise, it would probably be a Star Trek cruise.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be fun.
We're going on our first cruise in June. And the reason why we haven't been on a Star Trek cruise, really, number one, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
But number two, for the last, at my job that I've had for the last 12 years, I pick my vacations at the end of the year, and you can never guarantee what vacation you pick your vacations for the following year at the end of the year. So I picked my vacations for 2024 in like December of last year. So it's too close to, like, if I have to wait till December to book the flights and buy the tickets for the cruise, sometimes it can be too late. So
yeah,
that's why we haven't been on it.
Well, speaking of unions, you need to get on that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Jasmine's with the real. I bet it smells awesome on that Star Trek cruise. Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, the cruise is going on right now. There are people on the boat, so
yeah.
I mean, it looks fun from the little clips I've seen, but so that whole Instagram versus reality. So, And then our last news story comes to us from Screen Rant. They did an interview with Marina Sirtis about Star Trek Picard Season 3, and I think she gave a very honest assessment about her performance. She said that she thinks it was not her best work.
Okay.
She admits, she's like, I didn't have enough screen time to really delve into things for it to become her best work. So she wasn't on the show very much, which is true. So that's why she feels like it wasn't her best work.
Does anybody think she was the best actor for The Next Generation?
I didn't want to get into that part of it. She's good. She's very good.
Yeah.
It's, again, I think it goes back to the change in format between 1987 and now. Back in the day, you had your 26 episodes per season, and you may have one or two in there that are Troy episodes, and you have one or two in there that are Geordi episodes, and you have 8 or 9 that are Data episodes, and you have 9 or 10 that are Worf episodes. And when you have a 10 episode season and it's just one continuous story, you get a couple of scenes. That's it.
Right.
And I think that's what she got. She got a couple of scenes, and that's it. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with what she did. There's some scenes with her and Riker in the when they're in jail together, and they're sharing a few moments.
I you a different word. When he calls her Imzadi, for the 947th time, she's like, I should have taught you a different word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Yeah.
It's the other thing is, because she didn't have a lot of screen time, when she's interviewed about this stuff, she needs something to talk about.
Right.
So what's easier to say than, I would have liked some more time to work on this, and I don't think it was my best work. You don't sound arrogant when you say, I don't think it was my best work. I wish I could have done a little bit better. So
Yeah, it's a pretty safe thing to say.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Marina, you did fine. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a fine actress, despite what the guy in the bottom says.
That's right.
That's right.
The
bottom bear.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, that's all the news stories. Should we get to our main topic?
Yeah. What's the topic?
All right.
Fun will now commence.
All right.
What if I said no?
What?
I don't know.
Like, no, I don't want to get to the main topic.
Oh no,
Right.
Daniel.
what?
Yeah.
All right, back it up.
I want to talk about what I want to talk about.
Well, what do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the main topic.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about the main topic right now.
Okay.
So we're going to do another tier list. We're going to rank sci-fi franchises. The whole idea is to make the internet really mad at us, apparently.
Okay.
As we'll do. On here, they've got like Star Trek listed like 8 million times because all the different series. I just want to do like per franchise, right? So just Star Trek once and
Got it.
just one version of Star Wars, just overall
And-
Star Wars.
And Stargate.
Right.
And what? And what?
Well, there's a show
what?
called Stargate that's based on a. It's a mediocre
Yeah.
show that's based on a slightly better movie.
Yeah.
And I think the ground rule should
the
be
other
like
guy used to talk about it.
yeah. It's not like, oh, I liked, I don't know, the first season of DS9, but not the third, right? So I don't know how to feel about it. But just like if I put on Star Trek right now and just tell you, hey, we're gonna watch Star Trek, are you excited? Are you not? Where do you rank that? So encompassing,
and again,
yeah,
you're talking about the whole 50-something years of Star Trek.
correct.
Okay.
The franchise as a whole for each one that we go over, right?
All right.
So if we're gonna watch The Matrix, if I tell you we're gonna watch The Matrix, are you excited or not?
Okay.
That's all the
this,
movies.
What's this podcast called?
Trekcast.
All right. So put Star Trek on the top.
Right. That's
Star
all.
Trek. Yeah. Put Star.
Yeah.
What are we
I think that's a
doing here?
no-brainer.
Come on.
Right. That,
All right. That's our show. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Check us
Don't
out
forget
on
to
Facebook.
call. Yep.
Well, let's go through the others. We've got 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Bye, Bob.
Yeah. So the
All right.
triple S tier, the S tier. I don't know who makes these ranking titles, but whatever.
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F.
Can I grab a franchise here? I see a franchise here that I think belongs in the top
I
two. Or
was
do you
hoping
want to
we
go
would go through
franchise
them
by
one at a
franchise?
time. And we'll
Okay,
rank.
okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
So 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Never seen it.
Me either.
You've never
No.
seen it?
No.
Nope.
I've seen it. I'm not
I'll
sure I
write
get
down
it.
on the list.
I'm not sure I get it.
Okay.
Wait, that's a movie, right?
Yes,
No,
it is a
okay.
movie.
Yes.
All right.
Once you see it, you will see you will realize how many other things have done homages to it over
so
the
maybe
years.
C tier, just kind of like
Got
in the middle.
What's that?
Maybe C tier, kind of in the middle.
Sure.
Not bad, not great. Just it's fine. Okay. Alien.
And again, this is the whole franchise.
This is the
we're
whole
talking
franchise,
about.
all the Xenomorph films.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
for me, the Aliens, the second one is sort of lifting all the rest of them up in my heart. for
Right,
me.
that's the thing. A lot of those movies are not that great.
Yeah. But see, it's hard for me to rank it against something I've never seen before. So
Right.
I also would put that right in the middle.
Okay, I could see that.
So, and like before, we've done this before where we can, if we have to throw a majority of them in the middle just because we don't know, and then we can
Yeah, we can move them around.
move them around
Well,
as we go.
and I want people to know that this is the definitive list. So if you have an opinion that's different, it's wrong. We're making it all.
That is correct.
We're
that is
going to
correct.
tell you how it is.
Yeah.
So, Babylon 5.
I watched 3 or 4 episodes of it back in 1992
Yeah.
or whenever it came out.
Yeah.
And that's it. It was one of these shows where it was on at the same time as Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
And I was like, these are very similar shows. But this one's Star Trek, and I like Star Trek, so I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
that one. I've heard it's a good show.
I've
There's
heard
a
that
lot
too.
of there's a lot of people out there that really like it. What's his name? J. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah.
I think it's the guy who wrote the whole thing. He's a good writer. It's one of those things where it's been on my to-do list for about 30 years at this point. And maybe someday, I don't know, the next pandemic, I'll zip through the whole thing in a
There
week.
you go. Yeah.
But as far as if we're talking about getting excited about it, I don't know, put it at E.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't be excited about something that 30 years has gone by and I never took the time to watch.
I feel E as well. I've seen one episode, I couldn't take it, and that was it. So E it is.
Okay.
So, Jasmus has given it another try, Dan.
Yeah, I probably will.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, I have a list and it never quite, as I cross things off the list, other things go on the list and it just never has made it to the top. So
right, I get that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Next one is Cowboy Bebop.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay, I know what it is. I really like it. It's an anime. They made a live action version on Netflix a couple years ago or a year ago, something like that. That was not very well received. But the anime is really good. I like it a lot, at least. Scott, do you know Cowboy Bebop?
I've heard of it.
You haven't watched it, right?
No.
It's a thing that I know exists.
Okay.
Right. See, there are things on this list that I'm going to tell you I've never seen that are going to be controversial. That's
fine.
This is
That's
not
fine.
controversial that I've never seen Cowboy Bebop, I don't think. But
okay.
Chaz Biz is going to have some things to say later.
Well, like I told everybody, this is the list. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is how it works. All right, since you guys haven't seen it, but I'm really going to fight for it. I'm going to say B.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Blade Runner.
Never seen it.
Oh, man. Scott's face when I said Blade Runner.
Never seen it.
Oh, wow.
I'm writing it down on the list right now.
I bought Blade Runner on DVD. I don't know. When did DVD start becoming a thing? The late 90s?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I watched it, and I think it was the director's cut.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I've ever seen the theatrical cut. I don't know which one is believed to be better. Again, it was one of those that I watched it, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I get it.
Yeah.
Now, this is including everything from the franchise. So how do you guys feel about the new one that came out?
I never watched that either.
I saw it. I've seen them both. They're okay. They're, you can see that it's inspired so many other things,
Okay.
I would give it C tier, man.
I can't argue with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go there. All right. Next one, Battlestar Galactica.
Put that right under Star Trek.
Yeah, I can't disagree. See, my relationship with Battlestar Galactica, I'd never seen the original one. The new one that came out, I don't know what was going on at the time. It came out, 2003-ish?
Yep.
It ran for how many seasons?
I don't know because they were weird seasons.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they split them up in a weird way.
I never saw the last season because they split it up in a weird way. But here's the thing: I saw the last episode, or I saw the end of the last episode, so I know how it ends.
Okay.
But it's been so long since I've seen it. I actually want to rewatch it.
Go do it. I did it last year.
Did you?
I did it last year. I enjoyed just about every minute of it.
Still holds up after a second viewing.
It still holds up. What I love about it is it's 20 years old at this point. Yeah. But I'm watching it and it's like, this is modern society. Everything is the same. The clothes they wear are the same. The things they say are the same. The weapons that they carry are the same. The only difference between modern society and Battlestar Galactica is, they have space travel.
Right.
So dare I? Do you
Yeah,
have
you
a
can
movie
put
for
it
the
there. No,
No,
Nope.
I have something
No.
else that goes there.
Okay.
no. Daniel
All
was
right.
about to put it next to Star Trek in the top
Yeah.
spot. I
No,
can't. I can't do that because
I have something else. I'm
don't.
going to vote for that.
Okay.
It's
never-
good. It's really it's great. It's
Okay.
not near perfection.
I've
Okay.
never
All
been
right.
able to. I tried to go back and watch the original Battlestar Galactica,
Yeah.
and I could only get through a couple of episodes, and I
That's
couldn't.
fair. That's fair.
I couldn't.
I mean, I
But-
named my dog Baltar. That's how much I
Yeah,
like.
no, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
discount
remember.
Dr. Bashir.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
There
That's
you go.
right.
All right.
But
The next
Yeah.
one, Back to the Future.
put that
I-
right below.
Yeah, right below Star Trek. Yes.
Yep.
Back to the Future is one of my all-time favorite franchises.
Uh-huh.
For all of its flaws, and for how old it is, I absolutely love it. We watch it usually the trilogy about once a year.
Yeah.
It always holds up. It's always great. It's for being a very flawed storyline, it's a perfect storyline. I
Yeah.
love everything about it. The car, the clothes, everything.
Uh-huh.
I love how badly they predicted 2015. That
Yeah.
that right there makes it amazing. I love that. Flying
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
cars and hoverboards and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
I like it. I think it's a good time. I don't think it is that high, but
I'll fight you for it.
I think
That's fine.
If you're talking about getting excited to watch
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
I agree that it
I
belongs up.
think more like this.
Whoa.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
You leave it right where it is next
Okay,
to Battlestar
you've been
Galactica.
outvoted.
We
Oh,
can
wow.
argue
Wow.
about it later. We can
Okay,
argue about it
okay.
later. But I'm going to give you an
Okay.
example. You talked about getting excited. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
My
Dan,
son
we
is-
got to be careful because he's the only one here that's got the power to kick us both off.
Right.
That's true. My son is 11 years old.
Okay.
Okay. I've watched these movies with him.
Okay.
He's seen them multiple times.
Yeah.
He was not alive in 1985.
Right.
He was 3 years old in 2015, and it doesn't look anything like the 2015 that
Right.
that he knows. And he has never seen a Western,
Okay.
and he loves watching these movies with me.
Okay.
That's got to mean something.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
I'm excited just talking about it.
I know. There's okay. So, do you remember when Star Trek did the musical episode last year?
Yeah.
And before it, I was like, oh God, I hate musicals.
Right.
And I still, for the most part, hate musicals. Although I enjoyed that episode of Star Trek, I really do not like musicals. There is currently a Back to the Future musical down in New York City. It's running right now. And like every time the commercial comes on, I'm thinking about throwing the family on the train and going down to Manhattan to see Back to the Future, the musical.
Hey Dan,
So-
how about this? When I go
What?
down there, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on,
I
man. We'll
mean,
be just some dudes watching a musical. What's up?
yeah, I don't know. Do I have to
Hey,
wear
honey,
an
can we
ascot?
skip the cruise?
If Scott comes with us, yes, we could be three
Okay,
dudes
okay.
watching a musical.
Perfect.
Just me and you. I don't know. Flight of the Navigator. That's another good one. It's
I
not
mean,
a.
yeah,
It's not
great.
It's not a.
That came
franchise,
from
though.
Mrs. Strongbeard herself.
Yeah.
That's
My
right.
wife.
Yes,
Fancy lads.
indeed, indeed. All right, next one, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who?
Oh, that
So,
goes right to the
Do
tippy.
you remember about 5 minutes ago on this
Yeah.
podcast when I said there are going to be some controversial things that I'm going to say I've never seen? I
Yeah.
have never seen a single episode of Doctor Who.
That hurts my soul.
So my memories of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So I grew up in upstate New York, but it wasn't that far upstate that our TV channels were not the New York City TV stations.
Yeah.
So we had we had 2, 4, and 7, which were CBS, NBC, and then ABC. Channel 9 was WOR out of Secaucus. Channel 11 was WPIX. And Channel 13, that's the end of the line.
Right.
Channel 13 was PBS, and they used to show Doctor Who.
Okay.
So when I was flipping through the channels on the dial, boop, 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 turning that dial.
Yeah.
Doctor Who is when I knew it was time to turn back and go the other way.
Okay.
Doctor Who is the cul-de-sac of my childhood. That's how I describe Doctor Who.
Okay.
Wow.
I will say
dead
this.
end.
We're all Star Trek fans here, right? And one of the key things about Star Trek fans, or the things about the Star Trek, is it's very big on reason and logic and finding common ground with your enemies, which are all hallmarks of Doctor Who. I know you guys haven't seen it. I think you guys would enjoy it if you gave it a chance. Maybe the more modern stuff than the older stuff, but I think you would.
I wouldn't even know where to jump in.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a new Doctor, and I can tell you, like, go start with here, go start with there. I think you guys would take it.
Is Doctor Who available on any streaming service we might have?
The new stuff is on Disney Plus, like the you know what? Those are good launching points. The specials, the ones that were on Disney Plus that happened the last 4, because they just introduced a new Doctor. So yeah, those would be great ones. But since you guys have not seen it and I love it, I'm gonna bring it down to here.
See, I'm gonna say something.
I'm gonna write down Doctor Who.
I'm gonna say something right now, and maybe it's gonna offend some of our friends from across the pond.
Okay.
But
careful.
But most British productions, I find it hard to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of British comedy I don't get.
Okay.
Sometimes the accents are just too much for me.
Okay.
That it's like, I know this dude is speaking English, but
right.
I'll be damned if I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
I love The
coming
Office.
from somebody who lives in New York with a clear accent.
That's right.
Like, yeah, my father was a cab driver. And
Forget about it.
Forget about it. I'm a Star Trek fan. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, like I was saying,
the accent. Come on.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of The Office.
Okay.
That's another series that every few years I'll start it over and I'll watch the whole thing from beginning to end. Same. I know it's based on a British show. I've tried to watch the British version.
Yeah.
And I just can't get through it. I can't get through it. So
yeah.
I don't know if Doctor Who is the same, but my ethnocentrism is probably a hurdle for me to get over to watch
That's a big word.
But if you can get over it,
you like that?
It is.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. If you can get over it, it is very much in the spirit of Star Trek, and I think you will dig it. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I suggest I was going to wait for the end of the show to do this. I was going to ask if we could make a suggestion, picks for people to watch or things to do or stuff like that. Like at the end of the show, we could say, "Hey, do you have any suggestions for things to watch?" Okay. Since we're on on that topic, a good gateway drug for you, Dan. If you want to check out a British TV show that's not 100% British, I strongly suggest Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
It's only 3 seasons. It's about I watched it on the suggestion of my friend Amy. She suggested it and said you might like it, and I'm like, "What's it about?" It's about a American football coach.
Is that Jason Sudeikis?
Yes. Yeah. And he gets hired as this European soccer team that they also call football. Brings him over to coach their soccer team, and I'm like, I have no interest in soccer. I have no interest in England. I barely know who Jason Sudeikis is. I'm like, this is not for me. And I watched the first 3 episodes, and I was hooked. In fact, I'm just about ready to watch the series finale. It's only 3 seasons, about, I don't know, 30 episodes.
It's funny sometimes how certain things, you just you know you shouldn't like it, but you do.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before, but I watched Peacemaker
Oh
last year.
yeah.
I'm not a wrestling fan. I can't stand John Cena. I think he's a horrible actor.
Same.
I don't like the DC EU. I loved Peacemaker.
So did I.
I loved it. And every time I think about it, I'm embarrassed about how much I love it because I don't know why.
How much did you love Eagly?
I loved Eagly.
Yeah.
I loved Eagly. I loved the dance number at the beginning. The first time I'm like, what the hell am I watching? What is this? Right.
And then you thought, I'm gonna fast forward through this every single, and then you watch it every single time.
Never fast forwarded through that thing.
Yeah.
I have watched, I've probably watched Peacemaker 3 times.
Yeah.
In the last year, all the way through.
It's a good show.
I don't know.
And who would have known, because it was based on my least favorite character from a movie that I thought was okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. He was a dick.
Birds of Prey.
In that movie.
Birds of Prey, right? No.
It was Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Kind of too.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. The reboot before they reboot everything.
Right.
Yeah.
The reboot before the 3-boot.
Right. All right, next one.
Moving on.
I think this is supposed to be Dune. I think I cut it off. But it looks like the Dune font. So I'm gonna say it is.
I'll say it for Scott.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I wrote it down. In fact, I've got it written down from my notes last week that I need to see it. And I have a question for anybody who's seen it. Do I need to see the original one first before I see the one from like 2020?
So I got a buddy of mine who major Dune fan. He's read all the books, seen all the movies. I went and saw the new one in theaters with him. And I imagine this is what it's like talking to me about Star Wars and Star Trek. He wouldn't shut up about it after we left, right? I know at one point the main Paul Atreides turns into a worm, I guess is something. So I'm gonna say, dude, like maybe here. I know it's the inspiration for so many things.
Okay.
Chazbiz is just screaming at his computer right now. But since none of us are that into it, and this is the correct ranking of where it belongs.
Yeah, this is the definitive list.
Yeah, so this is exactly where it belongs.
If Chazbiz doesn't agree, then he's clearly wrong.
That's right. That's right. Okay, that's where it'll go. Right on the D where it belongs with those giant worms. All right, next is The Expanse.
Never seen it.
Me either.
I saw the first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
My friend Andy is a big The Expanse fan.
Yeah.
And he's told me I need to watch it. And I watched the first couple episodes and I thought they were good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not in the mood for drama.
Yeah.
I'm sometimes I want, I always want sci-fi, but sometimes I want the Orville. Mm-hmm. And it might be that I wasn't in the mood for this. It is on my list of shows to eventually watch, but I've heard nothing but great things about it.
I've heard the same thing. Still hasn't made me watch it. I know Chad really loved it. I'm thinking it's right up there with Babylon 5. If I didn't watch it during the pandemic, I'm not going to watch it now.
Yeah. Okay. If we're talking about being excited to watch it, I'm not real excited to watch it. I'm going to watch it when there's nothing else left, and maybe I'll fall in love with it. But until then,
that's where it goes right now. That's where. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next one. Next one is Farscape.
Which one is this?
That's the one with the Muppet.
The what?
It had a Jim Henson Muppet in it. I know that.
Was this?
So we can tell that Dan was a big fan. Can you give us a synopsis, Dan?
I'm trying to remember what the show is.
I remember the poster. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is.
It's I don't remember it either. That's kind of, I don't know if that jogs your memory at all.
I remember the purple chick.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it needs to go all the way down at the bottom.
Okay.
If none of us really care, we're
That's
all
fine.
kind of like,
I don't.
what the hell is this?
Was that one of those shows that was on after Star Trek during like
like with
TNG
Cena and all that? Yeah.
Like I remember it used to be there was a new episode of Deep Space Nine, and then Earth Final Conflict was afterwards. Like they were hoping the Deep Space Nine fan was too lazy to get off the couch and change the channel and watch this show too.
That's right.
Earth Final Conflict. That was a Roddenberry thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it was totally a coattails thing. It's like they went through the shred bin under his desk and were like, let's see if there's anything in here that he tossed.
Yeah.
This looks good. Let's make a show out
like
of
that
this.
Andromeda show, same thing.
Yes, that was the other one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of ripoffs, Firefly.
What do you mean? Speaking of okay.
I'm just making people mad at this point.
I have thoughts.
Yes, go for it. What are your thoughts?
The one season of Firefly.
Yeah.
And I've always said it. I haven't rewatched it in probably, it's been over a decade since I rewatched it. But it is probably one of my favorite single seasons of television ever.
Okay.
So it belongs in the number 1 or number 2 spot.
I went into Firefly so backwards. First thing I ever watched was the movie.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Had no idea what was going on, but I thought it was cool. Then I watched the show and then went back and watched the movie.
Okay.
I have because I do audiobooks, I have listened to a couple of the books.
Oh.
Yeah, those are fun as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an A. I don't think it's top. Yeah.
I watched the movie.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Okay.
On somebody's suggestion, because the movie was called something else, right?
Serenity.
It's called Serenity, which is the name of the ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and was that a theatrical release?
Yes.
What was?
Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it
was
make
an
any money?
unprecedented theatrical release because the show had been over for a while.
Yeah.
And nobody was making movies about TV shows that had been canceled.
Yeah.
And
right.
Okay.
Firefly is another example of the how do I put this nicely? Of the stupid executives at Fox not knowing what they had. These are the same people that canceled Terminator: Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that, I'm sure, because Terminator is on this list somewhere, right?
And the people at the WB are making, or the CW are making the same mistake with the Superman and Lois. For the exact same reason that they canceled Sarah Connor Chronicles. But anyways, Firefly. I would. The question has been posed to me by people sometimes. Name a perfect movie, and that doesn't mean a movie that grossed the most or had the best acting. Name a perfect movie. Galaxy Quest is an example of a perfect movie.
Right.
I would put How to Train Your Dragon, a perfect movie. I would put Firefly up there as a perfect series. I loved everything about it. It was great. I would say it's in the number 2 spot.
I watched the movie 20 years ago on somebody's suggestion. I was made aware of the series. I remember enjoying the movie, but nothing made me go seek out the series. Nothing made me watch the movie ever again. So I don't know.
Out of all the series that I've suggested to friends over the years, I have suggested this over Star Trek.
Okay.
And I would put this season, I would put Firefly up against Star Trek any day.
Really?
Because if you watch it,
but we're talking about the whole franchise of Star Trek, though. So you're saying
it's hard
season,
to pit 500 hours against 13,
hold on,
but
exactly. So you're talking about 13 hours of content, and this is Scott's last show. You know, for you to put 13 hours of content up against TOS, TNG, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, Strange New Worlds, Discovery, and what do we got? 15 movies at this point?
Yeah.
You know, come on, man.
Next week, I would imagine that I'm going to be reading a letter that says something along the lines of, "Dear Trekcast fans," and ends
That's
with,
right.
"I am always trying to change and to grow."
That's right. You're gonna make your video apology.
I regret my decision
Yeah. I'm about to do an apology tour.
Yeah, Chazbiz says you're getting voted off the island.
Oh no!
Long live the Federation! May the Federation be strong.
See, I knew I hadn't been on the show long enough to take this kind of risk.
Yeah, but now it begins. All right. I think we should skip like the video game franchises. We're not really gamers, so
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mad Max is the next one.
Oh, I've never seen any of them.
Ooh.
I saw the original when I was, I don't know, 25 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
It didn't, you know.
I'm just gonna say this.
What's that?
I think the D, put it D level.
Putting it with Dune.
Yeah. That's kind of how I
Chazbiz.
feel.
I'm sure Chazbiz agrees.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What? Yeah.
Chazbiz in the chat. He says, "What?
Yeah.
Did I read that
Yelling.
correctly?" Chazbiz, what?
Nice. All right, next one, The Matrix.
Groundbreaking. I've said it before
The
on the
first
show.
one was.
The first Matrix was my favorite movie going experience of all time.
Yeah.
My buddy Gabe and I were just kind of bebopping around. It was 1999, summer '99, and we were just we went to the movie theater with no idea what we were going to go see. We know, so we went. And we were like, we're looking up at the marquee. And we're like, okay, we could go see this comedy, and there's this drama, and then there's a sci-fi, and we just kind of flipped a coin and said, oh, let's go see this sci-fi looking one with zero expectations. And we obviously left the movie theater blown away. So as a franchise, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Regurgitated, Matrix 20 years later, we want to make some money. Can we
Matrix the reboot, whatever it is, yeah.
Can we suckle a little more cash from the teeth of this aging franchise?
Yeah.
So
that's how I feel about it.
I mean, on the strength of the first one, it's got to be above The Expanse and Dune,
right?
And that's what I would put. I would put it above Dune. Dan?
Yeah, Dan. What are your thoughts on this?
That's what his thoughts are. He just left.
Oh, he went away. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna agree with you. I think it's right in the sea level.
Yep.
I think that's right where it belongs. It's not that I hate it, but it's not as great as it could be.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as you'll see, there are a lot of franchises here where you're like, oh, I love the Star Wars franchise or the whatever franchise, but you got to remember a lot of them were stinkers.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of them are repeats, so we're just since that is there, and then I found the Dune logo, I'm gonna put that there. So there we go.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So we only got like 4 more really. So all the rest are repeats. So.
We're part of the same franchise.
Yeah. There's Dan.
Sorry, guys. Not sure what happened.
Yep,
We'll
so we just put Star Trek lower, 2 tiers lower, and we put Firefly on top.
Yeah, we're gonna put it down in D tier.
We said you wouldn't mind.
Right.
All right. Next one, The Terminator.
Hold on. What did I miss though? Seriously.
You missed
Mad Max, which was D.
Okay. What happened
with
Matrix?
Sea level. Yeah.
All right. I can live with that.
Were you here for the conversation? We just said that one good movie and like 3 stinkers. Although the Animatrix was good.
Yeah, the Animatrix was good.
I only saw the first Matrix.
Okay.
It was a good movie. I'm gonna upset a lot of people by saying this. Keanu Reeves is a good actor.
Okay.
He was not always a good actor.
Right.
He has improved over time. And I
Okay.
think the first Matrix movie was before that occurred.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So
Okay.
Matrix 8 by Dan. That's all right. We like it.
I didn't say I hated it.
Okay.
I didn't say I hated it.
Okay. All right. Well, Terminator. Where are we at? This is the shows. All
perfect
the movies.
example of what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
I think everybody can agree that Terminator 2 was the best movie.
Yeah.
That was the high watermark. Yes.
It absolutely was. That was also in my list of near perfect movies.
Yep.
It told a almost perfect story. It had really high stakes. It's a movie about a killing machine.
Yeah.
And I cried at the end.
Yeah.
But there was Terminator 3, and then there was the other 2 or 3 movies that didn't have anything to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Dark Fate is out there. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was nostalgic because it drew from Terminator 2 specifically and sort of ignored the rest. Sarah Connor Chronicles, a very underrated series.
Yes.
It was excellent. Summer Glau, and the person who played Sarah, she was also in Game of Thrones. I thought she did a fantastic job. But it gets dragged down by, Arnold Schwarzenegger and assless chaps.
Right.
And star sunglasses.
See, I feel like this all brings it up, but okay. I mean, some of the later movies are terrible.
Yeah.
The latest one, what was that, Dark Fate?
Yes.
That was pretty solid.
I liked it.
Yeah, but I think they had done so many bad ones that people just did not care anymore.
Yeah.
I
still like Terminator 3.
Yeah.
I actually don't think that one's bad.
Yeah.
Everything, and I liked Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah.
Everything after that was a misstep in one way or another. I rewatch some of those from time to time.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
Okay. I'm thinking this.
Agreed.
From what we're talking about.
Yep.
All right.
Falls
Or
in
maybe
line with all
we
the
learned this week that we got people who only listen to the audio version. So
yeah,
we keep saying I think this. So
right.
I think we have to explain what this is.
Okay. So I think either B or C level.
And B level, we've already got Doctor Who and
Cowboy Bebop.
And Cowboy Bebop.
No,
C level, we've got 2001: A Space Odyssey, the Alien franchise, Matrix,
Blade Runner. Yeah.
So Daniel is thinking it's on par with Cowboy Bebop and Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to look like a bell curve at the end? Is that?
It often does, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Just because, most of them are good. A few are great. A few are stinkers.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean,
I'm fine with either one. I think we can put it in one category, move on, and then tweak it.
Okay. Let's leave it C. I feel like it's C level,
Fair enough.
All right. The next one, Tron.
I saw the original one in junior high school.
Okay.
In my intro to computers class.
Oh, they had computers back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stone ones.
It was an abacus.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, move the beads.
Yeah, that's right.
I was gonna give you some credit. I figured you'd have to take the tape out and
I think Tron is a really good idea. I think it has some nice elements to it, but as a story, especially the second one, it's just not that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only saw the remake.
Yeah. And I think it's probably D or E tier towards the bottom.
I can't argue with that either.
Yeah, I think visually it looks fantastic, especially the newer one, Tron Legacy. I think it looks amazing. but there's not a lot of substance to it. You know, so yeah, I would say E tier.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We only got 2 more. The rest of these are all repeats, so we only got 2. We got the Twilight Zone and Star Wars. So let's do the Twilight Zone. You know,
I'm sure all of us have seen at least one episode of the Twilight Zone. I've seen
Yeah.
a few episodes of the Twilight Zone.
Well, and remember, they made a Twilight Zone remake right when Discovery kicked off, and
Yep.
that came and went, right?
Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I've seen a couple of reruns of the original, you know, back in the day, of which there's only one that I can remember. I can only remember the it's either 1 or 2. The guy who gets shrunk down into a tiny, it's like a little terrarium of like a city or something.
Okay.
I remember that one, and I remember the one at the end where he gets he's a big into reading, and he's all by himself. He's the last person on the planet. He gets stuck in a library, and then he breaks his glasses. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
But it's not just, it's the cultural impact too of Twilight Zone. I'd be excited to watch it again.
There's the famous one with William Shatner. There's a gremlin on the wing.
Yeah, that's right. The gremlin on the wing.
So I think you also have to consider that the Twilight Zone has been imitated so many times.
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many shows out there that take that Twilight Zone format. What's that show we watched a few years ago? We watched the one episode because it had a Star Trek themed
Black
episode.
Mirror.
Black Mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
Black Mirror is the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
There used to be a show on HBO called The Hitchhiker.
Yeah.
It's Twilight Zone.
Yep.
What's the Tales from the Crypt? It's
Twilight Zone. Yep.
It's a Twilight Zone. Freddy's Nightmares, Twilight Zone. Friday the 13th, the series, it's the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Creep Show, it's the Twilight Zone. They've put a different name on it so many different times, but it's the same show.
Yeah.
So the cultural impact, I think, is pretty big.
I would say B tier then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't think it's,
which is the third tier.
Right, which is right in line with Captain or Cowboy Bebop and Doctor Who. So
okay. Yep.
All right.
Agreed.
And then the last one that we have on our list, people are saying X-Files to add in there. I don't know how to add things to this, so sorry. It's not on the list. Star Wars.
Put it right up on the top with Star Trek, and then we'll argue about it.
Okay.
I can agree with that. Put it on the top, and then we'll argue about it.
So these two, so for people just listening, right now there are 2 franchises at the top of this list battling for supremacy: Star Trek and Star Wars. Yeah. And we can't ignore the fact that the legacy of these 2 franchises are so intertwined right now. Star Trek, what came out in the 60s, it found success in syndication in the 70s. They kept trying to remake it either into another series or into a movie, and they couldn't get it off the ground. One of the only reasons Star Wars was made is because they were pointing to the success of this show in syndication called Star Trek. And then Star Wars was made, and it was such a huge hit that Paramount woke up and said, we got this thing called Star Trek that the kids really like. We could throw a bunch of money at this thing and maybe get some of that Star Wars money. And they did. And forever, these 2 franchises are intertwined now. So there's that famous picture of, I don't know what convention it's at, but there's a famous picture of George Lucas shaking hands with Gene Roddenberry. And just, all the feels when you see that. So I don't know which one should take this top spot. This is a Star Trek
I was going to say, this, on Trekcast, you don't know which one should be the top?
I love me some Star Wars.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years, they've done some really great things with it. They've also done some really poor things with it.
Which as they have with Star Trek.
As they have with Star Trek. So the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, absolute hot garbage.
Yeah.
Absolute hot garbage. If I could erase it from existence, I would.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian, for the
Amazing.
most part, has been amazing.
Right.
Baby Yoda as a character, as
Man, people love that thing.
something to get people excited and reignite interest. Holy cow!
Yep.
Did they make some mistakes with the Mandalorian? Yes.
Sure.
They took Boba Fett's whole shtick and gave it to some other guy.
Right.
And then when it was time to do something with Boba Fett, they had to do something different with him because they gave his whole shtick away. And so his project became I don't want to say a failure, but it wasn't what it should have been.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
everybody agrees the Book of Boba Fett wasn't as good as The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of the Book of Boba Fett was The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you compare, it was one of the newer producers. I think one of the newer producers for the J.J. Abrams Star Trek said, when they compared Star Trek and Star Wars, Star Trek is classical music and Star Wars is rock. And, it's hard to say which one is better. Is rock and roll better than classical? Well, they're both different. And to talk about franchises and their legacy, you don't say what's better, Star Wars or Back to the Future, or what's better, Star Trek or, Doctor Who. It's always Star Trek and Star Wars being compared with each other.
Right. Those are the two.
Yeah.
When you go to the conventions, it's Star Trek and Star Wars.
And part of
Bloods
that
of Sci-Fi, if you will.
And part of that is simply the name.
Sure,
they both start with the word star. I feel like if Star Trek was called Galaxy Quest since 1982 or 1962 or whatever, I don't think we'd have
it might have been different.
This argument so much. I think because the average person, well, not the average person anymore, but there's still people out there that don't know the difference. They're completely clueless and they don't know the difference. So I think the names, just the similarities in the names, kind of people end up putting these things up against each other when they really don't belong there. Star Trek is science fiction. Star Wars is fantasy that takes place in outer space. It's not science. Star Wars is not science fiction.
No, Star Wars
it just isn't.
Fiction. Yeah, I agree with that comparison.
It's when you say the average person, it makes me think of that scene from Arrested Development where the lady goes, "Here's some money, go see a Star War."
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Go see a Star War. Which is your favorite Star War?
Yeah.
I like the one with Spock. Okay. That's fine. So I think to put them neck and neck, that's fine. They're both pretty great, So
let's do the rundown now. What we have.
Yeah, let's do the rundown. We've got should we go from the bottom or the top?
Let's go from the bottom.
Okay. Very bottom, the worst of the worst. Farscape. It's just trash.
That's fine. Don't care about
it. Then still just sitting in the trash can, just kind of the flies are buzzing around. We got Babylon 5, The Expanse, and Tron.
I'd like to make an argument to raise The Expanse up one level.
One level?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Well, because
that's not an argument. That's just saying you want to do something.
Okay, I'd like to make a statement then. I'm about to present my argument.
Yes.
My argument is everybody I've ever talked to that watched the entire series has said it was fantastic.
Okay.
And for me, that does generate a little bit of buzz.
Yeah, I don't know any of those people, so it can stay where it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Your appeal is denied.
Denied.
Oh, wow.
Denied. Yeah. Remember, people were not going to be happy with the list. And
can I get some help from anybody listening or who's on the YouTube?
That's right.
Raise Babylon 5. Who said that?
Chazbiz.
Yeah. You know what? Just for that, lower.
Wow.
No, I'll leave it where it is.
I can't wait for listener feedback.
I know. It's going to be a nightmare. All right. So out of the trash can, just about to get dumped, we've got Dune and Mad Max. Just fair. That's fair.
Okay.
All right. Just sitting in the pantry. Maybe you'll get around to it. Maybe you won't. We got 2001: A Space Odyssey. Got Alien franchise. Got Blade Runner, The Matrix, and the Terminator. Seems about right.
I wish we could flip all of C and all of B.
Ooh.
With
Yeah?
not except for I don't know anything about 2001: Space Odyssey.
All
Although
of-
I've heard
all
it
of
referenced
C?
every.
All of C and all of B?
Yeah.
So let me make this argument.
Yeah.
I'm about to blow your mind. I
Okay.
actually agree with Scott.
Okay.
Okay.
And
But
one of my one of my reasons we're talking about franchises, right? So at this point, Aliens and Predator are one franchise.
Right.
They have crossed over so many times that it's really just one franchise. So I think that's got to bump Alien up.
So like this, for those of you watching the or not watching the video, the C list. So sitting in the pantry, we would have Twilight Zone, Doctor Who, Cowboy Bebop, and 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yep.
I can
And-
see that.
And on the C or on the B list, we would have the Alien franchise. Is that Blade Runner? Blade Runner, Matrix, and Terminator.
Okay, I can agree with that.
I would even move Twilight Zone up to B.
Up. Yeah, I can see that too.
So to continue our analogy, the pantry has got Doctor Who, Cowboy Bebop, and 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Fair enough.
Okay. The groceries that you just brought in is Aliens or Alien, Blade Runner, The Matrix, The Twilight Zone, and The Terminator.
Okay. Yep.
What you got in your hand, you're about to cook with, you got Firefly.
That's
You'll
the third
probably
tier.
make it at home, right? Your fast food, you're in a hurry and you're thinking you might shout out on some stuff. Is your S tier? You got some Battlestar Galactica and Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
And when you want some fancy living, some creme de la creme, get on your Sunday best. We're going to Red Lobster. You got your Star Trek and your Star Wars.
Okay.
Right, so I think since we can only have one in the top spot, right?
Okay. No, we can do whatever we want. It's our list.
I think Battlestar Galactica should drop down to A.
Okay.
Which is the third tier.
And Star Wars should drop down to S. It's the second tier. So it'll be Star Trek on the top, and then Star Wars and Back to the Future.
I like it.
Okay.
Can we put Battlestar Galactica to the left of Firefly? Just so there we go.
Oh,
that's fine.
Boy.
Yeah.
Just because I read left.
I wonder if Keeping Up with the Kardashians has an email address I can.
Oh God.
Yeah. Where do we put the Real Housewives? Yeah. I'm okay with this. I'm fine with that. Okay. I will post it in the group for everyone to see and to let them know that this is the definitive list.
Yep.
There is no going back on it.
Yeah. Yep. If you think anything else, you're wrong.
So if anybody else agrees with me, it would even look better visually if the Expanse went up one level, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is a list. That's right.
Okay.
So wait, all right, hold on a minute. So you want the Expanse to go up one level?
Correct.
Okay. So that would mean that the bottom three are Dune, Mad Max, and the Expanse. Just below that is Babylon 5 and Tron. And just below that is Farscape?
That's correct.
Okay. So I've never seen Dune, never seen Mad Max, never seen the Expanse. Only saw 2 or 3 episodes of Babylon 5. Saw Tron once 35 years ago. Never seen Farscape. I'm fine. That's fine with that.
Okay. And it's a real bell curve. They kind of like peaks in the middle.
It does look like a bell curve.
Yeah.
And I think that just naturally happens. So so from top down now, what we've got is in the top tier is Star Trek. In tier number 2 is Back to the Future and Star Wars. In tier number 3 is Battlestar Galactica and Firefly. In tier number 4, we have the Alien franchise, Blade Runner, The Matrix, the Terminator franchise, and the Twilight Zone. In tier number 5, we have Doctor Who, Cowboy Bebop, 2001: A Space Odyssey. In tier 6, we have Dune, Mad Max franchise, The Expanse. In tier number 6, we have. So I'm looking at the screen as well.
Yeah.
In tier number 6 or 7, it's what is that?
Babylon 5 and Tron.
And Tron, and then the last tier, the bottom tier is Farscape.
Farscape, yeah. This is your eye exam, man.
Again, I'm looking at it. I'm looking on my cell phone, and the cell phone's got it. The screen is literally an inch and a half tall by an inch and 3/4 wide. So
you got to do what I do and do this every
once in a while. That's what I'm doing every once in a while. I'm like, what's that? Oh yeah, that's Farscape.
Yeah. For anyone listening at home who's not watching the video show, I just look like the first appearance of the Ferengi when they were right up on the
screen.
Yep.
Hello, human.
Man, that is a deep cut.
Warning, nerd alert,
It's fine.
Yeah.
If you really want to scare you guys, if you really want to scare, cast, look at this show again, only cast it on one of your HD screens in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
It'll frighten you.
Oh yeah. And remember, this is the list. This is how it goes. Yeah.
This is the definitive list.
Yeah.
So your wife just chimed in with a homework assignment.
Yeah.
I think your homework should be watch the first. What can you read that for me? Because I can barely read.
Yeah, I think your homework should be to watch the first episode of everything you haven't seen, and then relook at your list. How you would vote if you'd never seen it.
Oh,
so let me explain how this works.
Yeah.
My wife gives me homework. Your wife gives you homework. It doesn't.
Are they the same homework?
There's no crossover there.
My wife is telling me to watch sci-fi series.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. My wife wants me to clean out the gutters. I think.
Right.
Different things.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go tell my wife. Scott's wife gave me a homework assignment. I gotta watch Babylon 5. So the gutters will have to wait.
Gotta watch The Expanse now. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
to my friend Andy, I will watch. Yeah, to my friend Andy, I am going to watch The Expanse one of these days.
Okay. So. All right. Well, that is the main topic. Shall we get to listener feedback?
I'm a little scared to get.
Wait! It's Expanse.
Yeah.
Oh! I thought it was X-Pants.
Oh, yeah.
Like your ex-girlfriend left a pair of jeans at your house.
That's right.
All right. I'll go watch it now.
Okay. Yeah.
All
right.
Listener feedback.
Okay.
Let's get to listener feedback.
Yeah, let's do that.
I have a feeling Chaz is going to be.
Yeah, he's going to come on in. In the meantime, I do have an email from a listener, from John Zeeb. He emails in from Riverside, California. He says, I've been listening for about the past year or so, really enjoying the show. I was wondering, for each of you, what is your favorite character in the Star Trek universe and why?
Boy,
that's tough.
That is tough.
I mean, the goofy answer I want to give right away is Porthos, but that's not,
They all have a special. And when I say all,
they're all different.
And they have a special place in my heart for what they inspire me to be. From a long time ago when I started watching Next Generation. I always gravitated towards Commander Riker, and the reason why is because, first and foremost, he's so confident. He's confident in his duties with the ladies, in everything he does.
He's got a strong beard.
He's got a strong beard. He, when he's talking to somebody, when he's giving orders, when he's on a date, he's just exudes confidence and professionalism. And I just, He's one of my favorite characters.
Okay. Dan.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay.
TNG. Jean-Luc Picard, not so much movie Jean-Luc Picard, but TNG Picard. He is the perfect leader. He respects his people. He's respected by them. You could tell that no one questions his orders. I would follow him over a cliff if he told me to. I trust his ability that much. His sense of right and wrong. So many occasions in TNG he has done the right thing, even when it was easier to do the wrong thing.
Right.
And I've always respected that about the character. I've always tried to make decisions in my life the same way. One of my favorite scenes is when he tells Wesley Crusher, who is this kid who has idolized him for 10 years at this point, your first duty is to the truth. And if you're not strong enough to stand up and tell the truth, I will. Get out. And just dismisses him. And he tries to talk to him, and he's like, Captain, and he's like, just get out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a powerful scene. So,
I felt berated in that episode.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I felt like he was talking to me about every little dishonest thing I'd ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Yep. I watched that episode, and then I went and cleaned my room.
There you go. I thought about that question in terms of like, if they come on the screen, do I get excited that they're there? If it's an episode centered around that person, is that like, am I more drawn towards those episodes, right? And so for me, the answer was Worf.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I just think he's got an interesting arc. He's a fun character. He's goofy, but he's serious. He's got so much dynamic. He's in a ton of different series. So, like, if you don't like him in TNG, you might like him in DS9, or you might like him in Picard. Right? He's just all over the map. So yeah, I went with Worf.
I think we have a solid away team.
Some of the comedy that came out of the later appearances of Worf, I love them. I've been watching Pluto lately, and they have Deep Space Nine in heavy rotation. And last night was the episode where they go on vacation to Risa.
Oh yeah.
Quark comes along. And
coming about.
Worf just doesn't want him there.
Yeah.
Yes. When Quark when he tells Quark to go sit down 3 times, and Quark says, what is he going to do? Turn the ship around? Coming about.
Yeah.
Setting a course for Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
Right? That was Worf saying, I will turn this car right around.
100%. Yeah.
I love that. And I mean, I've seen that scene 1,000 times, and I'm laying on the couch last night watching it, and I laughed out loud. I chuckled to myself out loud. I knew it was coming. It was coming, and it didn't matter. It still made me chuckle. And and it wasn't even a great episode. It was a great moment.
Right.
Somebody put up in the chat that episode is insufferable, and it's not a great episode.
Yeah.
But it has some good moments, and that was one of them.
Yeah, environmental terrorism isn't exactly something I want to watch or whatever. But
all right, you guys ready to face the music? Because we got Chazbaz on the line. He's not happy.
All right, guys, I'll catch you later.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, there he is.
I'm gonna reset my connection because I'm.
Reverse the polarity of your phone.
Give me some best shot, Chaz.
Yeah, what's going on?
1-star rating on iTunes at the moment.
So. Yeah. So you're mad about Dune, huh?
Well, Mad Max too. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like you can't rank stuff if you haven't seen it.
No, that's part of the ranking. Haven't been drawn to it.
What? And Babylon 5? Come on, guys.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
Well, they got 1-star rating.
Chaz Biz agrees 100%. Is that what I missed?
No.
Yeah, he loves the
All right.
list.
Cool. Who's our
Okay,
next
I-
caller?
It's
I'm
a
ready for
firm
Facebook.
and fair list.
Okay.
Oh,
You know, Star Trek,
boy.
yeah, way up there. Star
Yeah.
Wars. I can see why Star Wars got downgraded because some of the
Yeah.
TV shows and other stuff. The Disney movies have kind of hurt Star Wars.
Okay.
Back to the Future is good. Battlestar Galactica's, you know, I think the original series of Battlestar Galactica kind of hurts it because it's so 80s. But if you put the new one, it'd probably be triple S tier.
Yeah.
And then Firefly, it's a great show. Aliens, the movies hurt. You know, the first two are great, and then after that, Aliens kind of falls off.
But, I mean, you can agree that Cowboy Bebop is better than Mad Max.
No. Have you seen Have you seen Fury Road?
Yeah.
I was like, Fury
I
Road
It didn't have a
Fury
jazz soundtrack.
Dude, Fury Road got like how many Oscars?
I don't know. Not nearly. It didn't have a corgi.
How many Oscars did Star Trek get?
Yeah.
Well, 0. And Star Wars.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
There you go.
Your argument is void.
Your argument is void. Okay.
Chaz, I was writing something down. Did we mention Firefly?
Yeah.
Okay. What were your thoughts on Firefly? Did you watch it?
I watched Firefly. Yeah. I watched the whole series and the movie. I did like Daniel. I saw the movie first and then watched the series.
Oh no. Yeah.
Because I had no idea it was a TV series. Because I was like, there's a new sci-fi movie. Let's go see it. And then watched the movie and really liked it. And actually helped out because it was like made me more excited for the show because I bought it on DVD back then.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm going to mention Firefly when we do a brand new segment called Recommendations that I just told Daniel that I want to do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, watch Firefly if you haven't seen Firefly. Matrix, you know, the first Matrix movie, that's a perfect movie. It's the first Matrix movie.
Yes.
Then after that, it just goes off the walls.
Yeah.
Terminator, same thing. First two are amazing, and then it kind of falls apart. Twilight Zone, first series is great, and then they made other series that weren't the greatest. So, Doctor Who.
I think the list is fair. It's firm, but
I see Doctor Who at C. I don't know. Doctor Who could be B because the reboot of Doctor Who was so good.
Yeah.
And Cowboy Bebop.
How many reboots?
Cowboy
have there been
Bebop at a C is really
every time there's a new Doctor, it's a reboot.
Yeah.
Do they acknowledge the old Doctor in the reboot?
Yes. And it's a complete start over.
Yeah, he's he's an alien. He's supposed to have like so many lives, but he keeps on adding. So
my knowledge of Doctor Who, like, you know, it's pop culture stuff, so I know what a TARDIS is. I posted something in the group about what kind of piece of equipment would you rather have, like if you could pick one, the transporter, a lightsaber. I believe there was the tool that the Doctor has. I don't know what it's called.
Screwdriver. Yeah.
One more time.
And the joke about the screwdriver is it's a sonic screwdriver, but it doesn't work on wood.
Yeah.
Even though it's a screwdriver.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on wood?
Yeah.
What does it do?
It's a MacGuffin device. It fixes everything. He just sticks it and it's like and it fixes. You know.
Is that its weakness that it doesn't
That's
work
just
on
the
wood?
kind of joke about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few like inside jokes. There's like that one. He definitively does not want to become a redhead. He's like constantly, whenever he turns into a new Doctor, he's like, "Oh, thank God, I'm still not a ginger." Like he's so excited. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was it 13, 14 Doctors right now?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Plus all like the War Doctors and the who knows, like they throw in all these other Doctors.
Well, then the Timeless Children ruined that show because
the closest thing I would equate it to that you might understand is like a Trill, where like they do remember past things about themselves, but each time it's a new character.
Oh, okay.
He dies, but he regenerates.
So you could jump in at the beginning of each new Doctor or any new Doctor to sort of okay.
Yeah,
but I recommend jumping in around like the 2004 series and start from there.
Yeah, and the new ones like on Disney right now is a great launching point. And that's
Yeah,
what they're designing.
but the other ones are better. Like I'd recommend the mid 2000s because
if he's just trying to figure out if he's going to like it or not, I think these are good starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're like they're one shot comic books. You don't need to watch anything else. You can just enjoy them.
Okay.
If you like it, great. You can go back. But yeah,
I will try it out.
Yeah.
And Cowboy Bebop, just the whole series is perfect. So
yeah, that's great.
I'd definitely rank that up there higher.
Yeah.
And what else you have? You just
we had like Tron and
Tron.
Stargate.
Yeah, Tron's just it had 2 movies,
and a cartoon. Yeah.
And 2001: A Space Odyssey. That it's a great movie. It's really awesome movie, but it's way out there.
Yeah.
Like for some people, I see it'd be hard to watch.
Is that the one with the AI? Is that Good Morning Day?
Well, Hal takes over.
Hal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he has to deal with fighting that, but there's this
I
weird
mean,
obelisk.
This list is missing a lot of things, right? It's missing like Planet of the Apes. And,
holy cow!
Netflix,
Yeah.
Or X-Files and other stuff like that. Like this is just what was on there,
But Dune.
See, and I
Mad
thought I
Max-
saw X-Files when down in there. It seems like I saw a bunch of franchises that we missed.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, there is X-Files. Okay, well we can rank it. We can put it on there. We can make more people
put it on
mad.
there. He's
No,
gonna put
boy.
an X.
Oh, what are we thinking? Maybe C tier? The X-Files?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I watched it
Yeah.
a little bit when I was in high school, but
Yeah.
The reboot and the movies.
I saw the
didn't really
movies.
make it.
Yeah.
I saw the first movie
Yeah.
Okay.
Saw the movie.
and I liked it.
Okay.
In fact, I remember at the time when I saw it, the first X-Files movie, I thought to myself, "Ooh, I'm an X-Files fan now."
Yeah.
But it never went anywhere.
Right. Yeah. C tier is fine then. There we go.
So where would you put Planet of the Apes?
Where would I put it?
Yeah.
Oh man, Planet of the Apes.
I like the reboot movies. I like the first original one. Then it kind of goes downhill from there.
Yeah, probably C tier.
I would
First
say
original reboot.
C or
Now,
B.
did you?
Yeah.
A lot of people
Just
forget.
because-
Do you remember the one with Mark Wahlberg from? I think.
Oh, that's right.
one?
Yeah.
You know what? There was nothing wrong with
C.
that one. There was nothing wrong with that one, except that they ended in a cliffhanger and
Right.
and never
made a sequel.
revisited. Yeah.
I think they just spent too much money making it.
Yeah.
And that's why it wasn't a good investment. I'd go B or C tier, somewhere in there. Planet of the Apes.
Because the TV shows didn't help it much.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because they had a TV show in the 70s, and then they had like a ton of.
Yeah.
They made,
Yeah,
like,
but those
4 or 5 movies.
the TV show from the 70s, they recut those into movies
Yeah.
and re-aired them for years and years and years and years. Remember back in the day before HBO and all that?
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon was, hey, what movie is on? And
Yeah.
You tuned in to see what movie, and they showed Planet of the Apes movies. Like,
Yeah, I watched all
it
those.
was Planet of the Apes and Kung Fu movies every
I'm
Saturday
gonna see
afternoon.
in a couple weeks, I'm going to go see the classic original first movie in the theaters.
Oh,
really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. A buddy of mine is renting out a movie theater for his 40th birthday.
Oh, that's so
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're going to go watch it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to rent out a whole theater?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. I know he's asking everyone to like pitch in $10. So
Okay.
yeah.
Now you guys need to do that for Dune. So
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ty J says move X-Files to B.
Are you going to see Dune 2 this week?
Yeah. I'm going to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to get the popcorn?
I probably
bucket?
won't see it in the theater. But
God no.
No popcorn bucket.
I'm
No, I'm not
going
getting that.
only for the popcorn bucket. I'm not going to watch the
Yeah.
movie. It's going to get
I
popcorn
walked by
bucket.
I was in the mall and I saw AMC. I almost bought a popcorn bucket.
You know,
I probably would have killed me. But like, why'd you spend $24 on a popcorn bucket with popcorn
Yeah.
or with no popcorn? So
If Mike Medina's listening, that's one of the things I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
For
So
my,
the
for my
more-
toy list.
the more I look at this list and the more we talk, you start thinking of things that aren't on this list.
Yeah.
Logan's right.
Now we're often, yeah, but that's, I don't know how much of a
Man,
franchise
you turned
that is.
46 today or 47. You know, you would have that little thing on your hand that you got to run right now.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
No, I'm running. Trust me, I'm running.
Yeah.
But I'm looking
actually,
at this
because we're all
and-
past 30, so we would all be dead by now. We've been running for years. So
I know what franchise Dan's thinking of.
What's that? Go ahead.
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
And I agree, 100%.
Yes,
that should be on this list. It should be near the top.
Ghostbusters is often lumped in, not so much with a horror movie, but as a ghost story. But it's science fiction. They are using science to capture ghosts. These are three scientists.
Okay, well, where would you
who
put
do this?
Ghostbusters at on this list? Just because the reboot
got to go hand in hand. I mean, it's almost got to go hand in hand with Back to the Future.
I don't know. It kind of goes down because of the new movies.
Solid third tier. Battlestar Galactica and Firefly.
I'd say B tier for Ghostbusters. First one's perfect. Second one's all right. Third one's like that. Lady Ghostbusters was awful.
Yeah.
No, the cartoon was awesome. So
that's what I was going to say. So that
cartoon
ran for years and years and years. And one of the things that they're saying is this new movie that's coming out next month.
It's closer to the cartoon.
It's gonna be closer to the spirit of the cartoon.
See, and the same guy that made the cartoon made Babylon 5 that you guys ranked at E tier here.
That's right, because it's trash.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, no.
Yeah, but Roddenberry made Andromeda, so
no.
And Earth Final Conflict.
Earth Final Conflict.
Yeah,
you guys ought to do like a Babylon 5 podcast, just like
first
time.
That's okay. No.
You don't you don't listen to my Babylon 5 podcast? I mean, you guys all know about it, right?
Right.
Okay.
A-Wolf is talking about the popcorn buckets for Ghostbusters. You get those, Dan?
Oh, the Slimer one looks cool.
There's two of them, right? One of them is a trap.
Yeah.
So I will probably pass on the buckets only because Hasbro just did a crowdfunding, a HasLab crowdfunding for they call it the 2-in-the-box combo, and it's the same line as the proton pack that I bought last year, but it's a combination. You get a screen accurate trap with a holster and a PKE meter with a holster.
Nice.
So it's probably not going to arrive until the fall. I don't know if it's going to be in time for Halloween or if it's going to come out in November, like right after Halloween. Yeah. But I will probably pass on the popcorn bucket shaped like a trap.
Are you going to wear your jumpsuit to the theater?
5 years ago,
you have to.
What's the proton pack on?
Well, hold on. Here's the thing. Going to the movies is the thing that I do with my son.
Okay.
And my son is 11. Yeah. And I think we're getting to the point where that's not cool for him anymore. And it makes
dad dressing up like, what the hell?
It makes my heart hurt. It makes my heart hurt a little bit. But if I have to choose between what's more important to me, wearing this thing and having a good time, or building these memories with my son, it's my son every time. So I have the rest of my life to wear that suit every Halloween until the day I'm in the ground.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Wear it when you go see it the second time.
Yeah.
See,
you cut out again?
Like to embarrass me.
I said wear it when you see it the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see. I don't know. Depending on how good it is, he'll want to come with me the second time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then make him wear one. if the movie's good.
Well, that's the thing. Making him is not.
Yeah,
it's not cool. It's not cool anymore.
Making a 12-year-old or an 11-year-old wear something to the movie theater. Yeah, that'll
post it on social media just to embarrass them.
My 12-year-old would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chaz, was
no,
there anything else you want to bring up? Because we've been
I want
running
him to
really
talk
long.
to me.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just see Dune
Yeah.
this week. That's my
Yeah.
only suggestion, and hopefully it'll go up higher than a D.
We're
Yeah.
trying to end the podcast so that I
Yeah.
can go inside and watch Dune. Stop
That's right.
Stop talking.
That's right. We've been going an hour and 40 already.
Thanks.
So it's been a while. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chazbiz. We always
Thank
appreciate
you.
you stopping by.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we go?
No, if we do another rewatch of Star Trek, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
I would like to cover the Star Trek Voyager episode Timeless.
Okay.
Oh.
Which one is
Chaz
Timeless?
isn't wrong though. Like maybe covering Dune for the next episode wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay.
It's gonna be a big deal. I know you can't be here next week.
I won't be here next week. I have a Patriot Guard mission that I'm going to.
Yeah. That's that. Yes. Dan, would you be able to watch Dune in time? It'd be in the theaters. If it's just you and me.
It's in the theaters?
Yeah, Dune 2. Yeah. The
I
second
didn't see
Dune movie
Dune
comes
1.
out this weekend. Yeah.
Maybe you
You're
guys should
cutting
watch
out.
Dune 1.
You're cutting out really bad. You guys aren't moving.
Oh, we'll talk about it offline. We'll figure it out offline.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you guys maybe in a week or two.
You want to give out the phone number?
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
phone number and all that stuff?
Yeah. Let me get there.
Operators are standing by.
That's right. Phone number 570-661-0001. Leave us a voicemail. And then also all the social medias, like and subscribe. That helps us in the algorithms and get more people here. So definitely that'd be great.
Let's get some interaction.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.
See you guys later. Bye.
This is Captain Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine and Space God to the Bajorans. I have a mission for you. This falls outside of Starfleet guidelines. So I can't order you, but I'm asking for volunteers. Volunteers who will subscribe to the Trekcast YouTube channel, leave 5-star reviews on your podcast app of choice, and share Trekcast across your social media accounts. If we can make our audience bigger, we might have a chance against the Dominion. Are you ready? Subscribe, like, and share. Are you with me? This is Captain Benjamin Sisko of Deep